in Chief, live from the Dream Hotel in Los Angeles, California. Man, this is what a first season it's been, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
It's in our rear view.
yeah, and it feels like so much longer than it's actually been. I mean, when you think about it, we just started in August, and
Wow.
that's through holiday season and all that, and now we're what April. But amazing, amazing first season, and I think what I love the most is how we drew it up.
That's how we drew it up.
You know what I mean?
That's how we drew it up in the sense of, what do you mean, like in the sense of stadiums, the
Yeah,
culinary, the
like when I look at like from the
what?
infusion of us discussing it
Okay.
and a couple iterations of that, and
Okay.
then us actually working with Callie to build the deck, the format, and like you said, the culinary aspect, the suite aspect, the stadium aspect, the
Sports,
sports,
everything.
the level of guest.
Yeah.
Like I think that's such a testament of like staying the course. I know it hasn't always been easy, and that's from everything from a financial standpoint to a scheduling standpoint, production, distribution. Learning the ins and outs of like actually building something from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know,
But very rewarding.
extremely.
Extremely rewarding. I think the feedback has only been extremely positive. From friends to people who don't know us. Well, don't know us. Other than through these lenses. You know what I mean? So it's just been such a blessing. I think back to the very first episode. Wait, the very first episode with Jason Lee, Evan Ross, um, to yeah, I mean, look at Jason now. I also love that part of it. To look at how far some of the guests have, how far they've gone or how far they've come since appearing on the show. Jason, I mean, was already a media titan, but now the Jason Lee show. I've seen him appear several times on the Breakfast, is it the Breakfast
Breakfast
Club?
Club, yeah.
The Breakfast Club, and just him building, continuing to further his media empire, man. Salute to you, Jay. And again, thank you for coming on initially. Evan Ross, same thing, just a guy that just keeps going, finds himself in some of the great projects. He's opened up the restaurant since
Yep.
Leona, out in the valley. If you guys have not been, the food is actually amazing. I think it's like Michelin rated now. And then Hideaway, which he has here in Beverly Hills with a couple of partners. So again, like, just the again, from our growth, but also the growth of the community that we've developed within this show has been amazing. What's for you? What's been one of the what, two parts? What's been one of the most rewarding things about this show, but what's also been something that's been a bit challenging and that you're still trying to maybe overcome?
Yeah, I think the rewarding portion one is obviously being able to sit down with our peers, people we look up to, people we respect, and being able to do it kind of our way. And also too, I think the most exciting part is having something of our own. You know what I mean? And I know that we've both been a part of like companies and other people's things, but to actually have something that we own and operate has been extremely rewarding. But then there's the challenge of that with anybody who's an entrepreneur, that has their own business. You just got to get it out the mud, and that's can be a long game, and frustrating, but also too you learn so much because you're covering the whole spectrum of everything, the business side of things, but then the creative side of things, and having to stay in a a mindset where you're able to operate and function, and um, again, the way we drew it up, we could have easily stripped it down and just been like, you know what, let's start. And we've heard it before, people saying like, normally people just start at the crib with the mics on the table and
Some
red cups and just doing it. And there's nothing, that format, has worked for a lot of people, but this was our vision.
Yeah.
And it's an expensive vision, but it's also too
well worth it.
Yeah. So I think the growth in the space, like obviously, as long as we've been in the game, we know nothing is overnight. But it's easy even for people like us to get caught up in the like, damn, like,
yeah, why isn't it happening like that?
Right.
Why aren't they reacting like this?
But then you go, oh, we're only like 25 episodes deep.
Yeah,
some
they're
of these people,
300 episodes.
So being able to calm those,
pull you back off the cliff,
those
so
noises, is a daily practice. But
yep.
It's just amazing, man. Anytime you could walk into your journey, that's your journey. The ups and downs are gonna come with it, but it's a beautiful thing.
Yep, agreed. Life is gonna life. I think for me, one of the most rewarding aspects of it is just the growth, just the authentic growth. We haven't cheated, we haven't cut any corners, and because we haven't cheated or cut any corners, and when I say cheated, meaning we haven't cheated our vision. Like, again, what we set out to do is the course that we set ourselves out on, and the arc that we set, we've stayed on course. And sometimes that's not, we know there's moments when it's been challenging and then extremely challenging, but we've stayed on the course. And whether that even sometimes people don't know, it's the small things. It could be like, I guess, having to pivot or not being able to quite get a guest locked in, or again, financial constraints, or just a variety of different obstacles. But again, it has been a beautiful, beautiful journey, and continues to be that. I think the challenging thing is just that. Challenging is reminding yourself that it's like watching your favorite player play or quarterback, and you'd be like, yo, you don't need to try to get it all in one play. If they're down by like 7-10 points, it's like, yo, just give what the defense gives you. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out. And it's about playing, on the final day of the season. We want to be able to play on the final day of the season, meaning, when it's all said and done, we want to have established ourselves as a place where people can come and feel like they want to come here and will always continue to want to come here. We want to get ourselves to that place, and we are doing it brick by brick. And so just, again, like you said, keeping that mindset that it doesn't all have to happen overnight. And the only validation that we need is our own validation, like having to look in the mirror and say, hey, are we doing everything that we can week in and week out, day in and day out, to walk down our dream a bit? And I believe that we are, so that's why I'm comfortable.
Playing all 82 games.
All 82 games. Yeah, no, what's that shit called? Load management over in this one. No load management. No load management.
Yeah, and it's cool to see, like, the I hate to call people fans, but the community tap in and, being inspired by, different guests that we have and things that we're saying. And, even the guests that we come on, they're coming on, because they believe in what we're doing. We're not paying people to come on. We're not begging people to come on. People that are on, or we're really fans of, and believe they have a lot to say. And so to be able to share that platform with them, and looking forward to having a lot of those guests, back on again. There's not one person that we've had on that I wouldn't love to have on again,
Yeah.
to continue to share these stories.
Who's somebody you'd like to see back on?
Drika, Currency, Archie. Man.
Was Archie the EVP of Def Jam when we had him on?
Yeah.
Had he just? I think he had just got the role.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Liz. I mean, there's just so many. I mean, like I said, there's not one person that we haven't had on that I wouldn't want on again, because since we filmed them, they've all gone on to do even more amazing things. Like, I remember having Lexi and
Micaiah on here.
She brings her Emmy or Oscar, right? What is she?
Emmy.
Her
Emmy, yep.
And then the day after, Lexi won an Emmy.
Lexi won an Emmy the next day.
Yeah. And just everybody has continued their trajectory, their climb. Kiki, when we had on, was still pregnant. Her project that she talked about wasn't out yet. The baby's here. Congratulations. Healthy. Her project is out with Tricky. Tricky won his Grammy.
Yeah.
So just all these moments just reaffirm that not only are we walking down what we're supposed to be doing, what we're destined to do, but we're having the people on that continue to inspire and chase down, even in their successful careers, what their walking journey is.
I for me, in terms of like reoccurring guests, I would love to, Caleb obviously just fought, 2 weeks ago, a week ago. And I would love to get his perspective on this side of things after, look, that dude left it all in the ring against David Benavidez. It was
It was a war.
Yeah, it was a war. Like, dude left nothing, no stone unturned. You know what I mean? He said it. David was just better on that evening and everything, but Caleb will be back. And I think he might have gained more fans just because he fought in such, a valiant fashion. So I'd love to have him on again. I'd love to talk to Jalen, since now he is no longer a Los Angeles Rams but a Miami Dolphin. Obviously, Drika, she inspires me. Like, she's a whirlwind. A lot of, again, who else? I know there's someone that I'm forgetting, but again, all the guests have been extremely special and have all brought certain things to the platform and episode that have been what we want it to be, and that's transformative. And so I'm forever grateful. I'm looking forward to the next 25 more and 25 more shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
season 2 on the horizon. Amazing guests, from Worldwide Tie, Clinton Sparks, Jason Maiden.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good time.
A lot more people lined up in the chamber, and we're just looking on expanding this. We want to kick off a series where we're doing these mixer events to bring back like just the power of networking, and along with the Dream Hotel, and possibly taking this on the road to some HBCUs and more live events and product, and just expanding on the platform and what we're doing. Again, so super excited.
Yeah.
Anyway, we about to be in playoffs, NBA playoffs. What we doing? What we doing? Give us your bad prediction.
Here you go. Yo, I can't. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl. It couldn't have been that bad of a prediction. Yeah, it's the camera. All right, over there. But yeah, nah. I don't know, man. Like, look, I'm gonna be honest. I've been kind of like a weirdo with with the NBA recently. Obviously, I'm a huge fan. I always will be a fan, but there's two sides of it. I just haven't. I'm not enjoying the game as much as I once did. I feel like the game is so offensive geared. Like everybody's hoisting threes, nobody's playing defense. I just feel like I see a lot of athleticism out there, but I'm not seeing like good. There's only a couple of good. There's good. There's good teams that are put together, but I'm talking about like the way we used to see like Phoenix or Utah or like Sacramento and the Lakers and different type Chicago. Like people move the ball and it's just not just ISO and all of that shit. So it's kind of been like it's one of those seasons where I've been kind of off it. Like I get it, but I'm not really. I'm not as excited as I once was. But at the same time, with that said, I think
He dancing.
no. In terms of like teams right now, like Phoenix looks good if they can stay. I think it's everybody. It's about who's gonna be healthy, because that's what's really sort of determined the last couple of championships. Besides, yes, great team, but health. Like who's gonna be healthy? I don't think Golden State's gonna do anything. They can't even win an away game.
Yeah. Who's your sleeper team now?
I mean, the sleeper team has to be the Lakers because they're a play-in. It looks like they're gonna play in, but if they're healthy with LeBron and AD and the new supporting cast, they could potentially do something. But I really feel like again, shit. I do. I feel like if Phoenix is healthy, I feel like it's gonna be hard pressed. I don't know what they are in the West right now. Are they what are they in the West? Are they
third or fourth?
who's got home? Who's got home court?
Denver, Sacramento.
Denver is a good team.
They are. They. The thing that scares I'm a Nuggets fan, right?
Okay.
The thing that scares me about them is that every night they don't got the dog in them. You know what I mean?
Malone just called him soft.
Yeah, and that's the scary part about in a series playing. You know what I mean? Like there's certain teams and players once they get in the playoffs, they can take it to another level. They could dig deep, and I haven't seen them the past couple of years. They're healthy, so we'll see. Sacramento's tough as hell.
You think that's real?
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. They play good defense. They got good the big men, Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox. They got just a solid nucleus of a team.
I like Sabonis.
So I think Boston. I think obviously.
Are they the favorite? Or you think they're the favorite?
It's
over
really,
the Sixers.
It's really tough because of how Embiid is playing. But the problem with the Sixers is what Harden are you gonna get? What's the the other
forward.
Dude. Yeah. Why is it escaping me? But what version of him are you gonna get? Embiid's gonna come with it, right? Maxi's balling, but variables. Milwaukee, can't sleep on them. They're a vet team.
I think
Boston?
what may get Philly over the hump is PJ. Yes. But PJ might get him over the hump.
I think he's just slowed down so much, man. Like I watched the game and he's not even. I don't even think the defensive presence is like where it was. Harris. Again, like he's an impact player, but what impact? I don't know. It's tough. I think it's gonna be again, health comes down to it, but I do have Boston favored. Coming out the East, and it's hard with
over
KD.
Milwaukee.
Yeah. They got amazing role players, pretty deep bench. Tatum's a superstar. Brown's a superstar. Brogdon is a beast, and he coming off the bench. Um, so yeah, and then on the West again, I think it's a toss up, man. It really is. Any of those teams could put you through a buzzsaw, you know. Um, but we'll see, man.
Yeah, the East. I'm not even gonna. We'll see. Jaylen Brown. He was last night. He wasn't playing. I don't think he played last night. I don't know due to what the reasons are. The thing that will help Golden State if they make it in, I think they're gonna make it in, right? Golden State's in.
So I think they're
I
like
think
six
Wiggins
now,
is coming
so.
back,
Yeah.
depending on where he is mentally. You know, he's been out 22 or more games dealing with whatever, and obviously, it's one thing you can't simulate, you know, the game, and it's gonna take him some time to get in basketball shape and his timing, and again his mental approach. But two teams in the finals. Oh my gosh. Something tells me, man, Philly. Something tells me like Philly will come out the East. I think Joel. I think they can get it done. I feel like they can get it done in a 7-game series, and then out of the West, I would have to go with Phoenix. I would have to go with Phoenix. I could be completely off, but I'm gonna have to go with Phoenix. It's gonna be hard, I think, to beat KD, D Book, and CP3 in a series.
I got Celtics Suns. Book it. You know what I mean? Now a question: does this do not legacy? Because to me, you know, LeBron, of course, he's on the Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
But conversation-wise, if they don't get it out the first or second round, what does that do conversation-wise? Because they've missed the playoffs.
We've only made the playoffs once since he's been here. And that was in the bubble when they won the title. They haven't made the playoffs with him here. And we haven't had him on the court a lot. Like, we've had him on the court. I want to get what the stats are on how many games he's missed since playing here. I would say it's significant. I definitely know it's probably over 50 to 60 games since his whole tenure in LA. Obviously, look, man, the guy just became the league's all-time leading scorer. He's also, I think, top 5 in assists all time. His IQ he has an unbelievable basketball IQ. I think the thing that's always going to sort of like tug at him is the fact that in Miami, he had to put together a team. This is, sort of the narrative. And then in LA, him and Anthony Davis and Russ Westbrook and all these different things, if we're talking about this whole him and Jordan thing. Again, LeBron's amazing, man. I can't, there's nothing, you can't take anything away from him. I don't think him and Michael should even be in the same conversation though, because it's not the same. They're asked to do two different things. Like LeBron is, if you said LeBron and Magic, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's a conversation, because they're, 6'9", downhill guys, assist guys, whatever. Magic was never asked to be the scorer LeBron's had to be, and obviously Magic didn't get to play as long as LeBron. But I think that's more of a comparison than Michael and Bron. I think the Michael Kobe thing, that's a real comparison. That's a conversation. But LeBron and Mike, it's different just because they're asked to do two different things. And the other part of it for me is, again, love Bron, get it, but Michael was a killer. Michael was a stone cold fucking killer. And we could say whatever we want, but the dude went to the finals 6 times, never lost the finals, never went to a 7th game, had a year when he was the NBA Defensive Player of the Year, the league MVP, the finals MVP, the All-Star Game MVP. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's just a different thing, like the way he was locked in and, skill set. Again, LeBron, he's a freak of nature in terms of, body and everything. But again, I don't think, in my opinion, Kobe and Mike, those are my guys. Those are the guys first. Always Kareem too. That's the other thing. Like Kareem gets left out of the conversation. Like he wasn't the league's all-time NBA leading scorer. Like he didn't win 6 regular season MVPs, and he's got like 5 to 6 rings and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's hard to leave the captain out of the conversation either. But Bron, I get it. I get it. But nah, not
The only
my
thing I don't like with one, I'm not really big on like comparisons, but what I hate to hear is people pretending that you couldn't drop Michael Jordan in this era and he wouldn't dominate. People acting like you can't drop Charles Barkley in this era and dominate. Hakeem, Kareem,
Michael scored 50 a night in this era.
Yeah, like the
45 at minimum.
And that's the problem with comparison, and that's whether it's in music or sports. Mm-hmm. People will try to take away, people's significance because they're ignorant to the fact maybe they didn't get to see Jordan play, so they're just basing that off of, whatever their knowledge is. But you can drop any of those players from Isaiah Thomas, any of those players you can drop in this era, and they are certified buckets. You know what I mean?
Zeke would murder these guys.
Period. And just like you could drop LeBron in any of those areas.
And that's fair. And that's why he's great. KD, same thing.
Yes.
KD, we've never seen anything like that. KD's a real 7 feet with a 7-foot wingspan and plays like a 2 or a 3. And literally can, I would love him to have his fucking back to the basket more, but that's not his game. You know what I'm saying? I think he could make the game easier. Like, bro, 2 steps, you're at the rim. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, it's funny. It's almost like they want to show all of the skills that they've acquired as opposed to making the easy play. Like that's just like what happened to the easy? Just make the easy play, bro.
Yeah, Rasheed Wallace had posted something about that. Like, you don't need to be all that dribbling and stuff. He's like, how are you gonna get to in the NBA? How you keep your job
is getting
is
to the
how quick you can get to the rim.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like the superstar, when you become the superstar, you can do all that, but how quick can I get from right here and score this bucket? You know what I mean? But again, with the comparisons, and we talked about it, like people love the list and the top and top and top, and everybody's gonna be different. Everybody has their validation, there's reasons, but one thing I'll never do is pretend that someone of that caliber, again, whether music, sports, whatever, can't thrive in those things.
In certain eras, yeah.
So,
I agree. Like I said, I love. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on, because that's what you hating on the. Nah, I'm not hating. Like KD, any era. Like I said, you know what I'm saying. LeBron, any era. LeBron and KD, any era would be superstars. Mm-hmm. I feel like Kyrie would be a superstar.
Yeah.
Dame Lillard. I think Dame Lillard. I think monster.
Is he gone?
I think it's time. I hope. Listen, Portland has. It's hard. It's a small market, right? And they haven't had any big acquisitions. It's hard to say, hey, come play in Portland. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying, hey, come play in Miami. Hey, come play in LA, New York, and everything. I would love to see him have a chance to win a couple of championships before Father Time catches up with him, because it will catch up with him no matter. And Dame's in great shape. But it happens. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Kevin Garnett had left Minnesota earlier. Fuck. KD would have KG would probably have 3 or 4 rings if he would have left earlier. He could have left a lot of times earlier, but he chose to stay. And
Loyal to the soil.
and listen, that's not. And I don't. I think Dame doesn't have to worry about people saying, "Oh, he's chasing a ring." Dame has given everything that he could to that situation.
Yeah.
I would love to see him in a place where he could, you know, whatever. I'd love to see him in LA in a Clipper uniform, actually. That'd be dope. You know what I'm saying?
And he got bars. You see them freestyles he been
Oh,
dropping?
he got some. Yo, Karen Mitchell, please get Dame on the show, and I want to have him come on here and drop a free. You know what? I want to have him and Oh, I can't touch. We can't. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, I want to have Dame on here. Hey, of athletes, best MCs.
Dame Lillard.
Yeah.
I don't even. I mean, and then old girl, she got bars.
That's why I was trying to not to touch her. Cause but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, it was. I mean,
what about Shaq? Was Shaq nice?
Shaq was cool. I mean, it's a different.
Was AI cool?
Nah. Yeah, remember
Kobe.
Dana Barros had.
Oh nah, Dana Barros.
But
nah.
I think Dame is just cold with it.
Dame is busting for real.
He's really busting. But it's cool, man.
Have you heard Steven Jackson's music?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't heard Jack's music. But yeah, man. Just excited.
Just excited to continue, man.
Excited for this. Excited, I think also too I would love this year, and I know we've been planning it, is to get a little bit more on the soil of some of these sporting events and these other kind of cultural events.
Are we gonna do it?
And bring our perspective to it, and
Yeah.
just continue to grow.
That's it.
That's it, man.
That's all we can do. Continue to grow. Listen, man, thank you guys for embracing us. Throwing your arms around us. Continue to do so. We'll make we're gonna do things that warrant you, tapping in with us all the time. We appreciate y'all.
Sweet life.